I'd risk coming again through volcanic ash clouds, anything to go. It's fantastic. Terrorist attack. I've actually always been a nervous flyer, to be honest. And I flew a few weeks after 9/11, and after 9/11, the world went a little bit crazy. You know, understandably, the rules changed, and there was a lot of anger and fear and confusion and finger pointing. And I'd always consider myself quite a rational, liberal sort of guy, and I tried to remain that way after 9/11, and even in in the pub with mates, I'd be the ones going, no, you can't say that, no, that's a generalisation, that's ridiculous, no, that's unfair, you can't tar everyone with the same brush, no, it's still the safest form of transport, it's 16 million to 1 the chance of trying to be rational. That's in a pub. When I'm flying, it's more like, check him again, can we check him again? He's getting on this, but do you mind if I check him? Can I just... And after 9/11, with all the checks, I still tried to remain sort of rational and philosophical. I was thinking, right, it's harder now than it ever was to get a bomb on the plane. This is, the restrictions are tight, it's safer now. And then I found out that a terrorist doesn't even have to get on the plane now with a bomb. They found heat-seeking missiles, and they could just park up in some sort of lay-by and take the plane out within the first 10 minutes of takeoff. So now I'd be on the plane going, right, we're out of range, who's got the bomb, right? And as I say, I flew a couple of weeks after 9/11, an internal flight, and we were up in the air. I'd done the thing right, we're out of range, right, okay, right. And I was still a bit nervous, and I said to the air hostess, I said, have you got any magazines? Think of this. She said, quite loud, quite blasé, she said, no, honey, we've got no magazines. We've had to undertake severe cutbacks because we're one of the companies being sued over 9/11. One, don't mention 9/11. Surely a new rule book went round. Don't mention 9/11 when you're handing out the coffee. Just, you know what I mean, right? Two, don't say severe cutbacks. Severe cutbacks. If someone says that, I don't think of magazines anymore. I think of a bloke in an aircraft hangar earlier that week going, do we really need all these rivets? It's just... What terrible bedside manner. I mean, I take first-class flights everywhere. I know you wouldn't have it any other way. I'd do it for you, really. Some of the flights I take cost £10,000, okay? And for £10,000 in a disaster, I expect the front end of my plane that I'm in to gently break off and float down to a desert island. It doesn't. I'll die with the rest of you fucking losers. That's not fair, is it? I know you tried to save me, but you couldn't. We'd just be on the news. I'd probably be the only one get name-checked on the news. You'd be 230 others, but which is some consolation. But anyway, so, okay. Once I was flying back from New York, okay, 9:25, a Saturday night, JFK to London Heathrow. BA, first class. Okay, now, this is my point. It's fear that threatens rational thought, I think, okay? I'm there. Now, the whole week leading up to that flight, I don't know if you remember it, or it's happened more than once, I don't know, it was a couple of years ago, on every news channel in America, there was a rolling ticker tape that said, America on red alert. We've had intel, there's going to be another 9/11 in a major city, probably New York or LA, okay, this weekend. Do not fly unless you absolutely had to, right? I had to, I was filming. And, right. So, I'm the only one in the first class lounge, okay? And I still tried to remain rational. I was thinking, no, it's safer now. Everyone's looking for a terrorist today. They'll leave it till Monday, right? And then it happened. The thing that threatened my rational thought. I had a bit of a mini breakdown. Into the first class lounge, about 30 minutes before boarding, came this guy. I don't know whether he was North African or Middle Eastern or Asian, but he had all the gear, right? Beard, steered attaché case, okay? And here's your middle class sort of liberal. I went, I was suddenly engaging staff in sort of banal conversation, going, flight on time? They go, yeah. What's the weather like in London? Like they were going to go, it's a bit cloudy, but there he is, right? Didn't happen. So I'm left there, right? And I'm looking over at him, and I'm thinking of all the running up to it and the week, all the news and everything. But now there's a fight between good and evil, between rational and irrational, okay? This one goes, ooh, that's a suicide bomber. Oh, don't be stupid. Of course it isn't. It is. How do you know? That's what they look like. What? Beard. Don't be stupid, right? Then he makes a phone call, and I couldn't understand what he was saying, but he sounded a bit angry, okay? This one goes, oh, we made a phone call, right? This one, no, you just made a phone call. Yeah, but not in foreign. Right? So shut up, right? He's been checked, like the rest of us, he's been checked. Did they check the beard? Yeah, they checked the beard. Yeah, they checked the beard, right? And then I'm looking at him, must have been absent-minded with all this going on in my head, and he catches me looking, and he does this. He goes, oh, he knows, right? This one goes, no, he knows why you're looking at him. He's had that sort of prejudice for months now. Stop looking at him. The beard. Yeah, right? But this one starts winning. The fear starts beating all the rational thought in the world. And he goes going, no, but it could be. Well, yeah, it could be. Probably not. Well, no. The stats are up today. Yeah, but still, it won't happen. Don't say it won't happen to us. People of 9/11 said it wouldn't happen to them. Yeah, but all the tests. Yeah, well, they find new ways of getting through our detection. Then we have to up again. Yeah, you're right. And suddenly I thought, oh my God, this is it. This is it. And that wave of nausea, and you suddenly realise, oh my God, I'm witnessing this. This one goes, okay, right, let's report him. This one goes, no. Why? In case someone thinks we're racist. No, fuck that. Let's report him and be a wrong, embarrassed, live racist, just in case, right? And I go, no, so I don't. And so now I think he is a suicide bomber, and I think I'm going to get on the plane and die, but I'm not going to do anything about it. And I'm nearly in tears. And all this happens in a few moments. And I look over, and he's joined by his wife, who's got all the gear, and his two little girls, okay? And I suddenly go, oh, of course he's not a fucking suicide bomber. If you're off to see 72 virgins, you don't take the wife and kids along. Right? So, no, true. And I got on the plane, and of course he wasn't a terrorist, and I was sort of a bit embarrassed, and I saw the funny side of it, and I was relieved and everything. And he was a businessman and a family man. He was playing with his two little girls who kept running up and down and banging into my chair. He wasn't doing anything about that at all, okay? Nothing about that at all, okay? And he was sort of chasing them, and they were squealing really high, but going through. After half an hour, I was hoping someone would blow the fucking plane up, to be honest. But a really weird thing happened during that period. I got so paranoid about terrorist attack that I started taking private jets and helicopters everywhere just because I was so rich. No.
It is so great to be here doing stand-up for a group of Muslims. How can you tell the difference between a regular Muslim and a terrorist? How? I have no idea, and that's kind of the problem, isn't it?
I want to react better to stuff. I don't want to yell at stuff in my own head anymore. You know, the best reaction to anything I saw was in Glasgow last year. Glasgow, some terrorists tried to drive a car bomb into Glasgow airport. Now, they were thwarted for a number of reasons. One was they couldn't get up enough speed to enter the airport because they had to keep going through roundabouts. What kind of person is sitting in their car going, "No, we die in the name of Allah, let's go. Oh, I have to wait for him to come around first. Oh, another one. Shit. Oh, do I indicate coming on or off? No, only when you get off. Okay, now I've got it." But there was the best reaction. There were two fantastic reactions. One was because the car came in, one of the guys got out on fire, ran across the terminal building and was rugby tackled by a large Scottish man. Only in Scotland would someone be standing there as a burning man gets out of a car and goes, "Fucking watch this." The best reaction, though, was from an Englishman who was interviewed at the same scene. And this guy, I mean, how do you describe, what's your point of reference when you see something like that happening? This was the guy's description, okay? He said, I mean, it was amazing. This car came in through the terminal building. This man got out, smoke pluming from him. His clothes in shreds. He was charred. And he was staggering across the terminal building. I mean, it was like, and I'm not making this up, it was like a Michael Jackson Thriller video. Is the guy running like this?
Did you see the terrorists in Glasgow? The Islamic fellas? Just a wee while ago, the fucking, what were they fucking thinking about? Bringing terror to Glasgow. Bad choice, boys. You should have known better than that. They don't mind a bit of terror in Glasgow. And they heard you were coming, religious fanatics. They thought, oh, I'm not sure about religious fanatics without a fucking football team. What can I do? I saw the whole thing in New York on the news. I thought I would need an ambulance. I have never laughed like it. Fucking Egypt. That whole suicide bomber shite. It just, what a prick. Now, do you know what I want to see just once? The suicide bomber instructor. Right, lads, pay attention. I'm only going to show you this once. You'll hear a whoosh, and then something will go over your head, resembling flying mince. That'll be me off for the 57 virgins. 57 fucking virgins you get. My arse. What are you going to do with 57 virgins? You're just blowing your balls off. And what are you doing in Glasgow looking for 57 virgins? I don't get it. There was a hero, John Smeaton, and I know him since I met him since, and he's a delightful man. He was a baggage handler at the airport, and he was out for a smoke. And the Berlin Jeep showed up. Guys on fire, people beating the shit. He's not taxi drivers coming up right. Guys trying to commit suicide, beating the shit. I think if you're on fire. If you're on fire and somebody's kicking your balls, first of all, there's subtitles for the Glasgow accent. And they needed them as well. There's all sorts of guys joining up. I've seen them coming in the corner there. How goes that? You haven't won that. Two with a heat, one with a heat. That was the funniest thing. And John, the hero, standing there, and he's been interviewed by this woman. She's obviously from some leafy suburb, Hampstead or something. And she said, no, John, when the fracas ensued, was the Duke ablaze at the time? Was the Cherokee ablaze as the fracas ensued? He He says, what? She said, was the Jeep on fire at the start of the fight? He says, so, aye. And he used an expression I haven't heard since I was a boy. He said, the flames were squishing right out the back. And she's going, squish? And moving her head the way a Labrador does. Squish. So he translates it for her. But this is the one that got me out of the chair onto the floor. He says, aye. You know the way an aerosol goes when you throw it on your bonfire? So of course, she goes, no. And I have fucking had it. But then he did a thing which made me a change. I got such a surge of pride. And I know you coming from Belfast are exactly the same. I'm from Glasgow, so and we're remarkably similar. And I know you feel the same. Just sometimes you hear something about your town and you go, fuck.
Let me tell you about a story so true. We're showing me style and it's all so cool. It's about a garment torn and frayed, getting this threads, the story conveyed. Walking down the streets with holes in my teeth. These ripped things here, part of me you see. It ain't about the brand or the label it holds. It's about the journey, the stories it unfolds. In these ragged clothes I find my voice, a testament to resilience. My choice from the streets to the stage. I rock my style in my tattered shirt. I walk that mile. Ripped and torn, but still I stand in my ragged attire. I command, it's not just fabric, it's a statement I preach. In my threadbare garment, I find my reach. From the barrio to the bar, I make my mark. In my worn out jeans, I leave a spark. And they call it rags, but I call it art. In every stitch and tear, I play my part. It's the struggle of the streets, the hustle so real. In my tattered jacket, I seal the deal. A symbol of defiance against the status quo. My passion of pants, I let it show. It's not about the riches or the wealth I lack. In my faded hoodie, I stay on track. It's the heart of the hustle, the grind each day. In my worn out kicks, I find my way. Ripped and torn, but still I stand. In my ragged attire, I command. It's not just fabric, it's a statement I preach. In my threadbare garment, I find my reach. So here's to the ones with the clothes that tear. In our patched up attire we have, so let the world see our garments worn. For in our rags, our stories are born. In the language of the streets we speak. In our torn up clothes we find our peak.
Yes, I come from there. That's where I fucking come from, you know. Yes, I fucking live there. Don't you forget it. She says to him, have you anything to say to terrorists who are thinking of coming to Glasgow? And John looks up the lens. He says, don't come here. And then he adds, we'll set right about you. Oh, I was on my feet. Yes! We fucking will, you know. Because I've had it with those pricks. I've had it with terrorists of all colours and fucking descriptions. It's fucking bringing terror to some innocent bastard's life. Fuck you. Osama bin Laden lives in a cave, shits in a fucking bucket. Why are we scared of this prick? Oh, there's a new video. He's so scary where he were. Oh, I think his beard's different. Oh, fuck. Oh, he might come and break our toys. Oh, no. Oh, scary weary. Oh, fucking not another. Fuck you, Bin Laden. The next time he makes another video, we should get a video of John Smeaton and give it to Al Jazeera. Hell,